that kind of stuff squared away and
Yeah.
having everything else.
I want to make sure I'm being a good person to others because it's...
That helps to prepare themselves and...
shout out to my parents.
You're going for you. We've already answered so far.
It's basically the same.
Who's helped you get to this point? Who means the most to you?
Like my girl. Like, I literally love her with my whole heart.
Hey, what's going on? I'm Matt Besachio, and welcome to another episode of the Senior Spotlight Show, where we bring different student athletes from different athletic programs throughout the city of Marlborough, bring them here in studio, and introduce them to you. And today, our guests are the senior captains from the Marlborough High boys volleyball team. We've got Nick, Madox, we've got Slok, and Lucas. Gentlemen, thank you so much for being here.
Thank
you for having us.
All right. Now, the Panthers, 16-5 regular season, 8-0 in league play, and they've earned the 7th seed in the upcoming state playoffs. So great year. But before we talk about anything that happens on the court, as always, we bring it back to school. So these guys are just like a week and a half away from graduation. So Nick, I'll start with you. June 7th is fast approaching. How does it feel to be coming up on this moment?
It's a little nerve-wracking, honestly. Just thinking about going to college and like being away from home. Like I'm not going very far. I'm going to UMass Amherst, so like
Cool.
My brother's there, which is nice. So I have like at least a sense of home there. But just going away from home, it's a little nerve-wracking to me. It's like knowing that I won't have like that same stability, I guess.
Sure.
As being away, but I'm so excited. I'm excited to meet new people. I feel like I'm very outgoing. So like just meeting new people, like learning about new people, I think that's just gonna be a really good experience for me.
Awesome. What's your major going to be?
I'm majoring in finance at UMass.
All
so
right, cool.
yeah.
Well, what into that decision?
I think it was my brother. He's majoring in OIM, which is like operations information management. So it's
Okay.
also a business. I just kind of like have seen some of the stuff he's done, and it kind of led me onto that track as well. I've always liked business classes. I've always liked the thought of owning a business or doing something with business. So I just kind of
Awesome.
got led to that way.
Well, it's nice just in that time of transition that you'll have that level of stability there, having a sibling there at the same time.
Yeah.
So that's really cool. Good for you. Any immediate plans right after graduation? Any vacations? Anything really like that coming up?
As of right now, I'm not too sure. Probably just working a little bit,
Cool.
seeing what I can do.
Where do you work?
I work at Scrub It Up right now, but sometimes I'll just pick up other jobs as well. So we'll see.
All right, nice. Cool. Well, good luck this summer.
Thank you.
Very cool. Madox, how about you? Graduation, couple of days, man. How's it feel?
I'm super excited. Yeah, I'm gonna go to the Air Force after school. Yeah, in September or August around there.
Very nice.
So that's gonna be fun.
Oh, no. What led you or inspired you to join the service?
My grandpa was in there. It was in the service, so
Okay.
that kind of inspired me.
All right. Very cool. I myself was in the Air Force. I went to basic training in the winter of 2003 through 2004. Yeah, so enjoy Lackland. It's quite the experience. You're going to be going to basic training in
Yeah.
September, you said?
Yeah.
All right, it's going to be hot. Makes you hydrate.
Yeah.
Do you happen to know what your specialty is going to be?
So I want to go for security forces.
Very cool.
Yeah.
And any particular inspiration for that decision?
Well, I want to be a police after all that.
Yeah.
So that kind of ties in there.
Cool. That's a great first start. And thank you very much for your upcoming service. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Any plans this summer? Anything you're going to be getting into?
Just work.
Just work?
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Good luck.
Thank you.
Slok, how about you?
So same as Nick, I'm gonna be going off to UMass Amherst
Yeah.
in finance as well. We're doing the same exact thing. My sister went there. She graduated this year.
Oh, very
So
cool.
she also did business, I think business management she did. So I kind of just went that same track. I don't really know exactly what I want to do. So finance is that broader business,
Mhm.
which is what I want to do. So maybe own my own business one day. But yeah, in the summer, first of all, I'm very excited to graduate.
Oh,
But it is definitely nerve-wracking. I feel like this last week has been like, it's like hitting me that like I'm not gonna see all these people again. Some are going really far. So it's kind of sad moment, but I'm excited at the same time.
bittersweet, you know?
Yeah,
You're moving
exactly.
on from one very cool part of your life. It's very, very unique. And now it's kind of a transformative time where you're going to be becoming a young adult and
A new
experiencing
chapter.
all these new things. So
Yeah.
very cool. Good for you. But no like vacations, nothing like that?
So I have a vacation plan, family reunion in
Oh, cool.
July to Tennessee. We've got one house for 70 people. And that's gonna be a great
A
time.
house?
Yeah, a house.
Sounds
yeah,
like a mansion.
It's gonna be a great time. And then probably some mini vacations, working, getting some money, and that's about it.
Awesome, man. Sounds very fun. Good for
Yeah.
you. Best of luck.
Thank you.
And Lucas, sir, how you doing?
Doing good. How are you?
I'm doing very well. How about you? How do you feel about the fact that you're going to be graduating from Marlborough High School in a week and a half?
So I've talked to many adults about this, and they all said to enjoy your time in high school. And I've been, letting the time flow and just enjoying the moment, because I know you can't get this back. So that's a big part of high school, and I've been just enjoying the thing.
That's cool.
This thing that I have, yeah.
Very nice. Any plans for the summer?
So this summer, I plan on to hopefully going to Florida to see some family there with my friend Nick.
Nice.
Not this Nick, it's another one. Yeah. So me and him are very close, like a brother to me. So yeah, gonna go with him, and I will definitely be working a lot this summer.
Nice, man. Good for you. Earn that money. Very nice, guys. All right. Well, Lucas, I know that you, going from your freshman year to your sophomore year, you transferred to Marlborough High.
Yeah.
Now, how would you say that experience went for you? Was it a beneficial experience?
So it's a very beneficial experience for me. As a matter of fact, I learned so many different types of people and so many different types of schools, right? I went to so I moved in 8th grade to Framingham, went there for middle school. It was Walsh. It was very different from here in Marlborough, Wickham, very different. So it was a great experience having to meet a whole bunch of new people and having a whole bunch of new connections. And I think it's just awesome that I did that.
So you were here in Marlborough, then you left just to come back. So you got a chance to come back home again.
Yeah, so came back, sister had a baby. My mom wanted to stay and support her new grandson.
Yeah.
If it was a grandson, now we have a niece, but I have a niece, sorry. But yeah, so moved back.
Well, that's very nice. Very cool. Very cool. Nick, now I know part of your extracurricular activities is being a part of, Unified Basketball. That's how I met you about a year and a half ago. And I know that you're also involved with Best Buddies. Now, I know that your older brother was involved with it. So take me through the initially getting involved, what really inspired you, aside from your brother, and then how you feel like that has benefited you.
Yeah. So of course, like you mentioned, I got in because of my brother. So my freshman year, I wasn't involved necessarily in Best Buddies and Unified, all that stuff. I had just kind of seen my brother do it, and he had loved it as well. So like sophomore year, I went in. I was really close with like the class of 24, like the seniors when I was a sophomore. So I had a lot of the seniors at the time that were in it. So like me knowing them already, a lot of them were on the volleyball team. So like I had been really close with them the whole time. So they kind of also like prompted me to get in because it was just, I already knew people in it. So it was a lot easier for me to join. And I feel like Best Buddies is just kind of a big thing at our school. So a lot of people do it. So it was really easy for me to get into it. And then I did end up taking a bigger role my junior year, whereas I was I believe I was like social media management, like stuff like that. Cool. And then this year I'm Best Buddies president. So I've just always loved working with all the kids, like people that like have IDD, of course, and like people that don't. And it's just kind of nice to like meet all these people from like different perspectives, and like you have like a genuine relationship with them, and it's really nice. So I've done that. I've done Unified Basketball, which is always so much fun to do with the kids. It's actually just so much fun to do.
It looks like a real blast.
Yeah, it's a blast. And then I did Unified Gym this year, and I've done Unified Art for the past 2 years in school. So that's classes I take during the day.
That's great.
So I've just always had a great relationship with like all the kids there. And it's just been a really good time, a great experience for me.
Yeah, I mean, it gives you the opportunity to be around those who, are going through something that's difficult, and they may or may not have a support system at home. So you stepping up and being a part of that person's life is probably much more invaluable than you even give yourself credit for.
Yeah.
I come from a family where my brother, autistic, who would participate in different types of things. Like it wasn't called Unified back then. There wasn't a Best, it was just Special Olympics or different challenger programs that we had back in the day. And like I would try to volunteer my time every once in a while to do it. But like you just really understand over the course of that experience how much the families that you're helping appreciate it. So good on you for being a part of that and really being a part of something very nice.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Now, Slok.
Yep.
I'm watching Super Saturday last week. Very cool show. Make sure you go check it out on our Facebook page. But you were talking to the superintendent about the fact that you had this teacher who helped to kind of inspire. Can you just tell me a little bit more about that?
Yeah, Miss Haley. So she was my accounting teacher. I think I took her class this year, the first half of the year. Her accounting 2 class I took this year. I took her accounting 1 class, I think, the year before her sophomore year. So I really loved her classes. She's retiring this year, which is sad to see. But she really kind of paved the way of what I want to do with my career. I really had no idea until like this year, basically, what I wanted to do. Both my parents had been majored in accounting, and they wanted me to do the same thing. I really was a big numbers guy, so she really paved that way for that finance like route that I want to take. And I'm really like, even though I'm graduating and she's retiring, I'm really gonna miss her. Like at the end of the day, like, I won't be able to see her like really anytime. I can email her or whatnot, but it's really not the same at the end of the day.
Of course.
And I really like appreciate what she did for me. And I actually have to go thank her sometime before I leave. But
Shout out Miss Haley.
yeah, shout out Miss Haley. She was great. But yeah, she really kind of paved the way for me.
That's so nice.
Yeah.
You know, it's you have this experience of going to high school and the process of every day going to different classes. You know, you're very, very busy.
Yeah.
But it's nice to when you have that special relationship with a teacher that helps to kind of realize something within yourself.
Yeah.
You know, it's very special. It obviously doesn't happen with every teacher.
Yeah.
So it's nice that you've been able to have that. And, you know, now you have this path because of somebody that's helped you kind of realize that.
Yeah,
That's very
exactly.
nice. Good for you. Good for you.
Thank you.
Now, Madox, sir, you have this perspective now, having gone to Marlborough High for, 4 years, and you've gone through the gamut of K through 12 now. So with that perspective comes, the experience. What type of advice would you give based on your experiences to an underclassman or to maybe, freshman year Madox, who's kind of just, nervously walking the halls of Marlborough High?
I would just say savor the moment, because it really goes by so fast. And like the seniors and all the people that you meet along the way, you're not really gonna see them again. Like you might now and then, but you're not gonna see them every day in school. So it's all about those relationships you can make with those people. And I would just savor the moment before we go back, because it seems like a long time, but it goes by so fast.
Oh, I'm sure. It's like one of those things, for me, like I remember being 17, 18, you're walking down the hall, say what's up to people, just dapping people up as you're passing by. And like, that's such a cool thing, very unique thing that you really only get to experience in high school. You move on to college, that becomes more business-like, and you don't have that same intimate communal type family feeling, I should say, that you do while you're in school. So that's very nice, man. Stay in the moment, be present, right? Well, now we're going to move on to the court where these guys crushed this year. But first, we'll talk about your individual relationships with Coach Lowe. So Slok, could you just tell me about what type of coach you find Coach Lowe to be and your experiences with him over your time?
Yeah, so I started playing volleyball when I was a sophomore, and I've had him as a coach for the last 2 years. And he's been great, nothing but great, honestly. Like I've never had a bad moment with him. Like he's always pushed all of us to be better, because he knows we all have it inside. He never pushes anyone just because they don't have it in them. Everyone has it in them, and he brings it out for the whole team, and he brings us together at the end of the day. And he's been nothing but great. I wouldn't change him for any other coach in the world. It doesn't matter. Lowe's just been that guy for us, and I wouldn't change it for anyone else.
Yeah, and he's got a very even keeled, kind of quiet demeanor about him. I've been covering his teams for since going back to coming out of the pandemic, when he was coaching the girls for a while, and have just never seen him get flustered, where he's overly emotional or has ever yelled at somebody. That's got to be very important, Nick, to have a leader not ever have moments where you feel like he's taking away, where he's just giving and nurturing. Like, do you kind of feel like that too?
Yeah, I mean, I've known Lowe since 8th grade. So he was my 8th grade civics teacher. So that's kind of how he got me into playing volleyball. He was like, "Oh, come try it out." I said, "Yeah." I kind of managed the team a little bit 8th grade, like towards the end of the season. I think that's when they were a 4-win team. So we've come a long way. But yeah, I've had him as a coach for 4 years, and he has been nothing but great. I almost see him as like family to me myself. Like I've known him for 5 years. Like he's always given advice on and off the court. So it's like he truly cares about his players. Like, and you can see that kind of nurturing aspect to it. It's like he wants to see you do well, not only in the gym, on the court, while we're playing a game best of 5, right? He wants to see you do well outside of school, in your classes. He wants you to have good relationships with people. He wants us to present ourselves in a good way. He's taught us a lot more than just volleyball. He's taught us like how to become better people and like how to become good adults. So it's great to have a coach like that, especially as like a younger male. Like it's nice to have like multiple people that can like show you, especially a coach that you see all the time. It's nice to have someone that can do that for you.
Yeah, having your coach also be a teacher, that's not something that I ever experienced in my life. That must be a different type of dynamic as far as like accountability is concerned. Now Madox, can you just tell me maybe, I don't know, one of your favorite moments that you had with Coach Lowe?
Favorite moments? Recently during senior night, when he was calling all of us up one by one.
Yeah.
That was probably my favorite moment by far, because you could tell he was getting emotional a little
Yeah,
bit.
absolutely.
Yeah, but it was nice.
No, it was such a nice thing to see, being so heartfelt. Having this experience with you guys over the course of years and developing, you guys as far as your skills on the court, but also helping to develop your skills as young men that you'll take outside. I'm sure it's a very surreal kind of thing to see these 8th graders that you knew trying to convince to come play on the volleyball team. Now you're seeing it through until they're seniors, and now you get to see them go off and start to become young men. So that's got to be a very cool thing. Lucas, what about you? Can you talk to me maybe a little bit about your favorite characteristic of his, or maybe a favorite memory?
Oh, I have a good one for that. So Lowe is one of the classiest people I know. When we're on the court, no taunting, no emoting, none of that. We're gentlemen, shake hands, next point, whatever happens, stay to ourselves, right? Together as a team. We don't chant to the other side. We don't do any of that. So Lowe is a very classy guy, and I respect that, because in life, the only thing you can give others is, you can give anything, but positivity is the only thing you should give out, right? Because that's free. So that's what Lowe taught us, and I think that's a very important lesson. And using that in the real world is very important. So yeah.
That was a very nice answer. That really is. If you can have that type of impact on somebody where they choose kindness and to be good and to radiate positivity to other people, then that's got to be one of the greatest things that a coach can really impart upon his, especially student athletes, So that's great. It's wonderful that you guys have those type of relationships with them. But Slok, being named a captain, what is that moment like for you?
Yeah, so when I was named captain, it was after last year, the season was over. We had a spring sports summit where we all all the spring sports come in the cafeteria, and we congratulate all the coaches, all the players for having a great season. And he named me captain right there for getting coaches award. And he kind of told me it was in his head the whole time, but I never really went into, the season that just ended, I never really thought about it. But I wanted to be that leader for this team that was needed. I really looked up to the last captains, in Declan and Caleb. They did a really good job, and they really kind of pushed me to bring out that leadership that was needed for this team. And for all of us, I can say they brought it out. So being named captain was it's a big responsibility, but it's one that has its fun times too. It's definitely fun. I'm never really stressing over anything. It's just volleyball, and with all the guys, it's always a great time. And I love pushing them to be better, and I love pushing myself to be better as well. And that's what it means to be a captain.
Yeah, you have a very good disposition for somebody in a leadership role. So that's very good. I mean, I'm sure that you are in a situation on the court, things can be very tense. But if you're positive, if you're not getting negative, that helps all of the younger guys around you to feel like no matter what situation that we're in, we'll be okay.
Yeah, exactly.
You got calm leaders around you, which is very, very important. Nick, what would you say is your leadership style?
I feel like I'm very steady, and I feel like a lot of people would agree with that. If you see me on the court, for example, I'm not necessarily the most hype player or the most energetic at times. But I feel which a lot of people can say they don't like or they do like, but I feel what I bring to the team, because I feel everyone brings something else to the team, whether energy-wise or whatever that is. I feel no matter what the score is, we could be down 25-10 or we could be up 25-10. I'm always steady, and I feel that kind of gives a nice safety net for our players, because it's sometimes we'll be down and then Lucas will look at me and I could tell he's getting a little tense, and then I'll tell him, it's going to be fine, and then you can see he passes the ball perfectly the next play. So I feel I'm just always bringing that steadiness to people, and that's just kind of the way I lead. And I think that being that person is really important for a team, because I feel everyone needs someone like that.
Yeah, stability is really important. It really is. All right, Lucas. Now, if you could look back on your time with Marlborough, what would you say, or who would you say it was a former teammate or captain or something like that when you were younger, freshman, sophomore year, that you looked up to and you're I want to be like that dude?
Oh, that's a hard one. All right, so freshman, sophomore year, when I went to Framingham, I didn't play volleyball, which I wish I did because those years, 2 years of missed volleyball, I missed a lot. Actually, I did play sophomore year. I did play volleyball here in Marlborough. Actually, that's a lie. Sorry, only freshman year I didn't. But so sophomore year when I played, that's a tough one, man. Who did I look up to? I would say the person I look up to is Nate. I'd say Nate. He was a well-around player. He was very positive. He brought his team up and is just a joyful guy. And I can just tell that he was like the bundle of joy for his team. He always brought positivity, and the guy was great.
It seems like he's passed that on to you, and you've brought that to the table. And,
yes, for sure.
Very cool.
Or Kalebi too. Actually, Kalebi is another person that I also would look up to because that guy, same way. He was just like
always smiling.
Always smiling. There was never one time where he was like upset at the team. Like
he came to the game on Friday.
Yeah,
and I just saw him the entire time.
Yeah,
big smile on his face. I was like,
you can't be mad at him. He's just always happy.
Oh, that's cool. Good answer. Good answer. All right, Madox, how about somebody on this year's team, in your opinion, that would be like an unsung hero? Somebody that might not be like a star, but is a star in their role?
In my opinion, our whole team you could say that for, but who really stands out is Sam, because at the beginning of the season, we didn't really have a backup setter, and he took that role on, and he excelled in it. And he's always there early, setting up the net. He's always doing the most for us, and it's great.
That's nice. And he even got mentioned during the senior night ceremony as somebody that stepped up and was able to take on that responsibility because you guys were in such dire need. Because in order to practice, you need a couple of them, right?
Yeah.
So if somebody that was able to kind of step in and really fulfill an important role in the team, even though it's something that's obviously like it's not a star-laden type thing. But that's a good answer.
I'd like to add something to that too.
Please. No, go ahead.
Being a setter is not easy. And he was a lib before, or a DS. I forget what he played, but stepping up into that position is really difficult. So props to him for stepping up and taking that position. And also him doing that helps the team out. Now we have two people we have Louis and we have Sam that can help us out and set whoever we need to, crush that ball.
And you're a libero, right?
I'm a libero, yes.
Yeah. So can you just, for volleyball novices like myself, can you talk to me about the difference between your responsibilities and everyone else's?
Oh yeah. So my responsibility. All right. So everyone on the court should have the mindset that the ball is not going to touch the court. And that's what my position is basically all about. That's like the foundation of my position. Everyone should have that, but that's what I do. And basically for serves, for attacks or whatever, I always get that ball up. And my like fortress, basically, if you want to call it that, is the back row. So, whoever me in the back, I've got to let them know that like we got to, get that ball up, get those digs.
Okay, cool. All right, thank you. Because first couple of years I'm covering volleyball, I'm seeing this person in a white shirt, and I couldn't understand for the life of me why this person is in a different uniform than the others. But no, thank you very much for doing that. I appreciate it. But now we are on to the quote portion of the interview, where Coach Lowe has given me a few nice sentences on each one of these guys, kind of explaining how and why they're so valuable, and why they're such valuable members of the Marlborough community. And Nick, we'll start with you.
All right.
So Nick has been a 4-year varsity starter and a 2-year captain for us. Nick has led this group through tremendous progress these past 4 years, and he has modeled the values that are most important in high school athletic programs. We won the MIAA Boys Volleyball Sportsmanship Award last spring, and Nick's leadership was a big reason why. Outside of volleyball, Nick has been an active member of our community, especially with his involvement with Best Buddies and Unified Basketball. So hearing words like that from your coach, who's known you for 5 years now, what does that mean to you?
It's just great to know that he kind of believes in the impact I've had in the team and in the community, and how he like for example, getting the MIA Sportsmanship Award, that's huge. Like they're saying that we have great sportsmanship throughout the whole state. And that just kind of represents our identity and our culture. Like Lucas mentioned before, like Lo has always wanted us to play with class. Like he's always said, win with class, lose with class. No matter what, we're never gonna taunt another team. We're never gonna be disrespectful, call them names through the net. That's just not who we are. Maybe some teams are like that. We're not like that. And we kind of we play, and we play for us, and we play for fun. And knowing that Lo can like speak on stuff like that about me and how I've impacted is just great to hear.
Yeah, you guys have certainly showed the willingness to win with dignity, you know, and that's not as easy as it sounds, you know, like, hey, you're doing really well. Don't chant. Hey, you're doing really well. Don't, as you say, emote. Don't do things like that, you know, because it's disrespectful to the opponent. And ultimately, it's disrespectful to yourselves, you know, and you're showing other people that are watching you that, you know, you're really not as worthy of a win, say, if you weren't doing that type of thing. So very nice. Good for you, man. Nice answer. Lucas. So Lucas returned to Marlborough his sophomore year and has been a tremendous member of our school community. He is responsible and respectful to everyone. I've had many teachers come up to me and mention how thoughtful he is and how he is always asking them how they're doing. Lucas has been one of the most passionate and hardworking members of our team. I know that he is always going to give every ounce of his effort until the final whistle. How does hearing something like that make you feel?
It's great. Having someone who cares about me that much is just jaw-dropping, right? Like not a lot of people see that. So having a coach like that is definitely inspirational. When I first wanted to start volleyball, dude, I was so scared of having a coach that was gonna be mean, like strict, like you have to do this, you have to do that, like you have to do things my way. Lo was not that way, and that just like made the sport so much better, 100 times better. Also about school, like you were just saying, like I said before, like just, you know, being nice to people is free. Just you could spread positivity, and that comes from, you know, the things that we learn through Lo, our sport. So yeah, I think it's very important that people, you know, spread positivity and speak nicely to your elders, right?
No, that's honestly very great. Like to, you know, to hear young people speak that way and to have that type of attitude towards, you know, the world around them is special, you know, and as we get older, it can be easy to become jaded or frustrated. But the most important thing is to keep those things in mind, spreading joy and being positive. Yeah. And you right now, sir, are doing a very, very good job of that. So congratulations to you. All right, now Madox, your quote from Coach Lo goes as, Madox has brought fun, energy, and competitiveness into our gym every day for the past 4 years. He plays volleyball the way it's supposed to be played. He celebrates big plays, lifts up teammates after mistakes, and resets and refocuses before the next play. Madox never gives up on himself, a teammate, or a match. He rises to big moments and is always eager for a challenge. Madox has helped make our program appealing to other students because of the enthusiasm and energy he brings every single day. Now, I was there on senior night, Coach Lo had mentioned that you are the unofficial recruiter for Marlborough boys volleyball. So what's that like first, to be somebody who's seen as somebody who can go out there and convince people to be a part of what, you know, your group?
I think that's really cool because that's like the next team that's going to be after us. And it's cool that I just know that they joined because they liked what they seen in us. And that's why I celebrate those big points and all that, because I want people to see like what volleyball really is. Because when people think volleyball, they don't think it's like a fun, exciting sport. But when they come to the games, they're always like, whoa, they actually played really good. So I like that. No, very, very cool. It's just got to make you feel good too. Like your coach looks at you as the person who is like, you know, you've got this swag or something like, you know, like where people look at you and they're like convinced by you. So that's just got to be something that's really cool. Yeah, it's really cool that he thinks like that. Very cool, man. All right, well, now that we've got that done, we have now transitioned to the shout out portion of the interview, where these guys will have as little time or as much time as they want to shout out different people in their lives that have helped them get to this point. So Slok, we'll start with you. Who would you like to shout out?
Yeah, I shout out, first of all, Coach Lo for everything he's done for us. For me as a player, as a person, he's really helped me grow on the court and off the court. Him pushing us on the court pushes us, is the same thing as him pushing us off the court. He teaches us how to be better human beings and how to respect people on or off the court. As we all probably said, we respect each other when we play the game, so we respect each other off the court as well. So it's the same thing over and over again. I want to, my parents too, mom and dad, my sister, who I am today, it's all because of them. And at the end of the day, friends, family, everyone. I appreciate all of you.
Very nice. Good answer. Lucas, you?
So I shout out Tyler Money and Rico Gongavis. Sorry, they are one is my cousin, the other is his friend, and I consider them my older brothers. They taught me so much, and they basically shaped me who I am today. They have inspired me. They have taught me so many things that, like, I always ask questions, and they're always there to, supply that answer. And I also want to shout out Lo again. Sorry, because Lo has shaped me into someone who I didn't think I could be. I always, for me personally, I think the captain title isn't a title. It's more of something everyone has. So I feel like that's something that Lo taught me. Everyone is a captain in their own ways. So yeah, that's who I shout out.
Cool. Very nice. Madox?
I'd like to shout out all the upperclassmen that were there when I was a freshman and a sophomore, and just looking up to those players and seeing how they play and how they react to points. That just showed me how I want to play in the future. And I want to shout out my mom, my dad, and all the other parents that come to the games and support us. And last, I'd like to shout out Christopher Lowe, the best coach. Yeah. And my club coach, Josh. He was really nice.
Josh, yeah. He's a great guy.
Taught us a lot.
Very nice. Very nice. And Nick?
First, I'd like to shout out my parents, but with my mom and my dad, of course, they spent thousands of dollars on me playing club, and the amount of times they've had to bring me to a tournament when they did not want to bring me at all. So, of course, I wouldn't be the player I am today without my parents. But I'd also like to shout out Lo. He's taught me a lot. Of course, he's been my coach for the past 4 years. So I've learned a lot from him. There's so many small tweaks to my game that I wouldn't have learned if he wasn't my coach. And lastly, I'd like to shout out all the upperclassmen and seniors when I was a freshman, sophomore. One in particular, Guy Garcia. I don't know if you've ever met him, but he was a captain my freshman and sophomore year, I believe. He graduated when I was a sophomore, and he taught me pretty much almost everything I know. We'd be in practice my sophomore year, and if I'd mess something up, he was the guy that was on me because he wanted me to be the best I could ever be. So I always had him pushing me. And even now to this day, he'll go to my games sometimes and he'll be there on the sideline saying, "You got this, you can do this." And he's always been a great player for me to look up to. And he's been the reason why I am who I am today as well.
Yeah, and it's those kind of things, seeing people come back, after they've graduated, I'm sure will kind of motivate you guys, over the next couple of years to reconnect and come back and support the guys that you used to play with as well. So, guys, thank you so much for coming in. Really one of the more enjoyable senior spotlights that I've had a chance to sit down and do. So you guys are 4 very impressive young men that have very, very bright futures ahead of you. But first things first, this upcoming playoff run, right? And that playoff run starts this Friday night, 5 p.m. over at the Fieldhouse. Make sure you get out there and support these guys. This is a group that is certainly worth getting behind. So for Lucas, Slok, Madox, and Nick, I'm Matt Besachio, and we will see you guys next time on the Senior Spotlight Show. Thank you. Appreciate that. 3 very different folks. Gentlemen, you are dismissed. Appreciate you.
So much.
Thank you, sir.
Very, very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Great being here.
Thanks for having us.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you
again.
so much for having us.
Thank you.